Back in realistic mode on Spaceflight Simulator. So today we are gonna try to go to the moon and back with no rescue missions, no like help, in realistic mode. Let's do it. Let's start our rocket. Okay, so I did learn that it's a lot better to make rockets that are wider, not taller, because if you just add more and more stages, it gets harder and harder to lift. I did learn that you can use this pod, which already has a heat shield and a parachute built in already, and then you can just put a docking port right here on the top of it. So we are doing Apollo style, which means there is a separate lander and a separate command pod, which the lander goes to the surface while the command pod stays in orbit of the moon. I know my hands are very helpful at showing you how it's gonna work. Okay, so if this is our command pod, I think I want our lander to be upside down, connected right here. So let's build the lander really quick. Okay, so what I'm thinking is we take this lander and then make it upside down like this. So now we just need to get this whole thing into the moon's orbit. That is the hardest part. The hardest part of realistic mode is getting things into Earth orbit because the Earth is so big. Something like that. So it's encapsulated, because if we go out, this is what it's gonna look like during launch, and then this can actually pop off. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so now to get this to the moon. So this is going to be one of our transfer stages between Earth and the moon. Okay, so this is kind of what I was meaning by make the rocket wider instead of taller, but I think I want to do one more launch stage. So this is like our second launch stage. Okay, so this rocket, I don't know why it looks like this, but this is what we're gonna do for our first attempt. Let me stage it up. Okay, here we go for attempt number 1. Okay, we go for launch. Oh, it's so loud. It does launch good. Okay, so the Earth is like so much bigger in realistic mode than it is in normal mode. So you have to use so much fuel to get off the ground. It's vibrating so much, oh my gosh. Okay, we're about halfway done with our launch stage, and we are getting pretty high. Gonna rotate over some more. And I wonder what this is gonna look like, all of these breaking off. Whoa, okay, that actually looked really well. Okay, so this is actually, so far, working really good. I wonder if we could get it first try. That'd be awesome. Okay, we're in space. We're gonna go a little bit higher. About there. Okay, now we're just gonna cruise till we get to space. Okay, we're in space now, so we're gonna start boosting sideways, and this will push us into orbit. Still have 75% of our fuel in this stage. This might actually work a lot better than I thought it would. I'm used to having to do at least like 5 or 6 attempts in realistic mode to even get something in orbit. But it looks like making really wide rockets is the key for realistic mode. That is good to know. Okay, we're about to run out on this stage, and it looks like we're not quite to orbit yet. But hopefully we get there soon with this stage, if this can push us fast enough. Because we lose a lot of thrust with these engines. They're not going to push as fast. So we kind of have to aim our rocket up to still get the same kind of orbit, so we don't fall too fast. Maybe not on this one either. Oh, okay, we're close. This has to be it. This engine's got to get us there. This one also should push us a little bit of the way to the moon, hopefully. Yes! Okay, low Earth orbit with 74% fuel left in this one. This should be our transfer stage too. Okay, this might work. First attempt. We're about to find out. Now we need to click on the moon and navigate to it. Okay, where's our transfer window on the Earth? Right there. So we're gonna warp to our transfer window. The Earth is so much bigger. It's kind of insane. Okay, so we gotta accelerate another 3,118. So let's start going. I don't know about that. That's kind of a lot. Is our rocket? We're using... Yeah, I don't know about that. We're gonna still try it though. Okay, so there's not gonna be enough fuel because we're out on this stage. So this is all we have left, and we're not even on our way to the moon yet. So unfortunately, attempt 1 was a failure. So I'm thinking, what if we just add one more stage exactly like this? Bring it down, and then we need kind of a way for it to break off. So what if we just go like... Okay, so we just doubled our launch stage. I do think that this is going to allow us to make it. Okay, let's put all these engines on here. Okay, attempt 2, go. First stage separation. Oh no, we didn't stage the couplers. Redo. These. Okay. Attempt 3. Well, attempt 2, part 2. Okay, stage the first ones. Okay, it worked that time. Perfect. And we're already almost 30 kilometers. So we're like a third of the way to space already. And now it's like we just launched our second or the first rocket. So I do think that this is going to help. Let it go a little more into space. Okay, so we actually still have our launch stage to help us get into orbit. So we have a lot of fuel helping us to get into orbit. Okay, and start the orbit burn. Launch stage runs out. And then this stage should get us most of the way there now. Hopefully. We need it too. Okay, about to run out. We're almost there though. I feel like we are really close. So hopefully we can get there with this stage. And if we can get some of this stage to push us to the moon, that would be amazing. Oh, it's coming. Here we go. Yes. Okay, low Earth orbit was still 43% in this part of the rocket. So that will help us on our way to the moon, because then we still have this whole section, and this whole section worth of fuel. That is perfect. I think this is going to be it. This could be the one. So let's warp to our transfer window, rotate our rocket. We still need to go a whole 3,112. Wait, I forgot. Wait a second. I forgot our CS thrusters. So we're just going to redo this. I'll be back. Okay. We're back where we were. We got 37% fuel in the bottom tank, and now we have RCS here on this section, and we can actually break this off now. And on the lander. So we should be okay now. Oh, that would have been bad. Let's start heading over to the moon. Warp to the transfer window, and we're on our way. Running out on this one, but then we still have this one that was designed to take us to the moon. So I think we'll still be okay. Okay, we're getting closer. 20% fuel. Okay, we have an encounter. That's perfect. Okay, 12% left. Let's check it out on the moon. Oh, we actually want it back. Like there. There's probably good. Okay, 12% fuel left, and now we're on our way to the moon. Oh, okay, we're getting there. Let's warp to our closest point on the moon. So right here. So we're going to leave the Earth. The Earth is right there. You can see our debris of our rocket still spinning there. Get captured by the moon. So right now, if we don't do anything, we're gonna fly out and the moon will be far gone. But if we slow down, the moon's gravity will pull us into an orbit. So we're gonna aim against the direction we're currently going and then start boosting like this to slow us down. And eventually you'll see that our velocity will change enough that it becomes like a circle. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're in the moon's orbit, but we want our orbit to be kind of similar size on all sides. That makes it the easiest for the docking. So bring it down. If we have to use a little bit of our command pod fuel for that, I think that's okay. Looks like we are going to have to. That's okay though. Captured into low moon orbit. We'll go a little more like that. Okay, now we're in a perfectly circular orbit. Well, not perfectly, but pretty close around the moon. We're so close. Now what we're gonna do is separate, and now we're gonna take our lander down. So we're gonna break off here. Now we're gonna rename this section. We're gonna name it the command module, and then, okay, bye command module. We will see you soon. Go this way to slow down. And then you'll see that we're gonna start to come down on the surface. Yep. And let's aim for the Sea of Serenity. So we're gonna go a little more just like that. Okay, here we go. So we're just gonna have to wait for a minute. Let's time warp to about right here. The command module is gonna stay in orbit while we go down to the moon. If we zoom out, can we see it? Zooming, yes. So if you zoom out enough, there it is. There's the moon. Let's just open the legs so they're ready. Warp a little more. The thing is, it's so big that you can get super close and you're still really high because the objects are so big. We're still 26 kilometers up. I don't know when to start slowing down. Maybe like here? Oh, it's so close. Okay. Start slowing down. If we aim this right, we can actually bring ourselves up in the air and we'll have more time to slow down. So it looks like we might go past the Sea of Serenity just because we have so much we need to slow down this way. We will see though. Oh yeah, we're gonna fly right by it. We zoom out. We are going quick. Might need to go like this so we go up a little bit. Because if we aim it down, we're gonna start going up. Which is fine because we still need time to slow down sideways. Because we're just moving so fast like this. Okay, we're getting closer now. There's the ground, and we're starting to lose our horizontal speed. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now we're moving straight down, which is exactly what we want. Okay, here we go for the landing. We have about half of our fuel left. I think this is gonna be perfect. Okay, here we go. It's just beautiful. It's working. Yes? Come on. Yes. Okay. Oh, we did get the Sea of Serenity. I guess we were close enough. That's not that close, but we made it. Okay. 46% fuel. That has to be enough to get us back into orbit and dock with the command module. Is it going to be enough? We will find out. That was a beautiful, beautiful landing in realistic mode. That means all of the planet sizes are real size. So that is like we just landed on the moon, the real size of the moon. Okay. So we're just going to go for it. Let's go. So it's actually best to almost fly sideways like this because the moon has no atmosphere, so there's no air pushing against you. So you can just fly really fast, really close to the surface, and it's not going to affect your efficiency. So we want to start going until we can get an orbit. Okay, 30% fuel. Let's see if we can do this. I mean, we could use the command module to slow down to meet up with this if we have to. Let's time warp here. Okay, so we flip back sideways, or we flip back to like the space view. We're going to time warp to our thickest point, like our highest point off the ground, and then boost, and that should help get us into orbit here of the moon in realistic mode. Very big moon. I think that the realistic mode moon is bigger than the normal mode Earth because everything's 20th of the size, which is crazy to think about. And boom. Okay, we're in low moon orbit now with 18% fuel. I think this is going to work. I think we can do it. So command module is right here. So let's navigate to, it says if we speed up only 27 meters per second, we should meet up with it. Okay, that's pretty close. I can't really get closer. Okay, that's really close. Where's our rendezvous? Right here. Okay, I think that's actually perfect. Let's warp to the closest point. So they're gonna get really close right here. So let's go like right here so we can kind of control their side to side and we can get a good dock here. Okay, so what you do is you track your command module. And then you can watch, then your command module will be still, and then you can see yourself going towards it. And if you zoom in, you should be able to see this relative velocity. So you want this to be lower, but not 0. And then once you get this screen, this is good. This means that you're going to get really close to it. So you want your side velocity to be 0 always. And then your regular velocity, you want to be a positive number. And that means you're moving towards it. So we are going towards it right now. And let's time warp. So let's wait. And we should, this is a really easy dock. Wow, we did this like perfect. Zoom out. There it is. You can see it. And we still have 15%. Okay. So now we are going to start to slow down our regular velocity just so we don't run into it too fast. Beautiful. Okay, let's get the docking out of the way. Boom, docked in low moon orbit. Okay, so theoretically, if this were real, there'd be astronauts in the lander and astronauts in the command pod. So just imagine that the astronauts got from the lander back to the command module. And it'll count this in like our achievements. It'll count that we still landed just because we docked. So we don't need the lander anymore because the astronauts got in here technically and whatever data they got. So we can get out of the way of this. Now we just have to get this thing home. Wait. Actually, before we do that, I'm going to steal the rest of the fuel from the lander. So give me that. Beautiful. Okay, we got 88% fuel. That is plenty. We're gonna make it back. This is awesome. So the easiest way to do it, I think, there might be a better way. I'm actually not that good at this game. A lot of people think I'm like pro, but I'm really not. I just have played a little bit. So which way are we going? This way. So I think that the easiest way to do this is to just grow your orbit until you're not in orbit of the moon anymore. You leaving the sphere of influence. So I'm just gonna go this way till our orbit starts to grow. So just grow your orbit until you are out of the moon's orbit. Boom, like that. Okay, and then you just wait. There's probably a better way to do this, honestly, but I have enough fuel. I think we're still okay. So now this is our current trajectory. We'll escape here, and then we're gonna swing all the way out here. But if you go to your furthest point, time warp there, and then just slow down, it'll move your closest point right next to the Earth. Right there. Okay, now we're on a collision course with the Earth. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, Now we just have to warp back home. So we're just letting the Earth's gravity pull us in. And we're going to time warp actually right before the atmosphere right here. Okay, we're entering the atmosphere now, so let's break this off. We don't need any of that actually. Aim retrograde like this. And we should have a heat shield built into this and a parachute. So let's stage the parachute. And this looks like it's gonna be good. So this was a success, this mission. If you guys want to see me try to go to Mars in realistic mode, leave a like on the video. If we can get this video to 3,000 likes, then I will try to go to Mars in realistic mode. Don't burn up here, that would be funny. But that actually worked a lot better than I thought it would. It only took us like 4 attempts instead of 20. So I do think that I will get more of a hang of realistic mode and we should be able to do some harder missions with it. Good, stopped burning. Coming in for the landing. Beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Once again, 3,000 likes and we'll do it on Mars. Join my Discord server, links in the description. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.